It's the following morning. So last night the thunder and lightning and the rain came in, so all my tent was wet and things like that. And the thunder was quite loud and lighting up all my tent as well with the lightning. But this is the New River Gorge Bridge, and it was built like in 1977. It's pretty high. It's 876 feet and 267 meters high bridge. It looks really cool. So today I'm going to be pushing through Ohio, and I don't think there's much to see around here. So I'll just cruise along and see if anything tickles my fancy as I'm riding along, but I'm just going to push through a little bit and get into Illinois and just keep going through until I get South Dakota, where I've got some things to see there. So let's hit the road. I made it. Yeah, nice little campsite here, and in fact there's not a soul here. There's 15 different campsites, all like this, sort of gravel, bit of grass around the back, and a little fire pit over there. So I will unpack, set my tent up, and then I think it's about time I got the map out and showed you where I am, where I've been. Okay, map of America, here we go. So I flew into New York from Dad's, and then obviously flew to Toronto. So the green dots on this are my campsites, and then the orange dot is where I've been. Day one, went to Niagara Falls, then from Niagara Falls we rode onto the BDR. This map's pretty small, so it doesn't really show the BDR that well, but obviously come down here, worked our way down. This was the point that I shot over towards Philadelphia to change my tablet, and then come back to Gettysburg, where I met Damien when we spent the time there. And then we carried on down to here, and then it was here, so we come down through this bit here. It was here that we then separated. So Damien, I believe, carried on and went towards Nashville and Memphis, and it's sort of this way area. And I went over to my friend Bajas, which is just above Norfolk. And then in the last 2 days, I have ridden like that yesterday, and then today, if I fill it in, today I've basically gone like that towards Huntington, and then up to North Athens, and then across to here. So now I'm here, which is in Ohio. I'm going to carry on heading this way, and I think what I'm going to do is make my way up this sort of area, try and get a bit warmer, and then when I get into North and South Dakota, I've got the national park and my friends in Minnesota. So that's the kind of general gist of what I'm going to do now. I'll keep up to date with this so you can follow along easier. Another MRE for dinner. I think I'm going to have a lentil one, give that one a go. Good night. I am in Indianapolis, I think. The bit behind me is a bit of a shithole, but this looks nice. It's yeah, all these old buildings, and they're kind of, well, very, as I'd imagine, sort of American old-timey buildings to be. It's stinking hot. It's 32, and I'm thinking tomorrow I'm going to try and put my MX jersey on the top of my super shirt to try and reflect some of the sun a bit. It is essentially KTM orange, but hopefully that works, because these traffic lights are killing me. I'm having a bit of a lazy morning, although the birds decided to wake me up at about 4. And then this morning I was watching a little woodpecker up in the tree up there. It was like hammering away. It was really cool. And so today we are going to go to the world's largest mailbox and a town that's got all these world's largest things in it. So that should be pretty good. So let's hit the road. Well, this is the setup for today. I told you the other day it was orange, but hopefully this will reflect some of the sun. White would have been nicer, but wasn't an option when I bought it. This is the town with all the big stuff in it. And whoa, there's a massive chair. Yeah, I'm going to ride down and have a look at all the stuff, and then we'll come back and spend some time here. Oh, there's a massive wind chime there, look. That was on Google. this massive ruler. Well, this was worth a little visit. I found this on just looking at attractions on Google Maps. There's a massive pencil, big barber sign, and a huge leather box that apparently you can go up and view from. Oh, that's very cool. Glad I've come here this morning and not tried to make it yesterday before and then find a campsite, so I've had to rush. It's kind of nice. I can get into a massive bird cage and sit on the swing. It's not as impressive as the pencil or the mailbox. I use those people for scale. And the bike. So that's huge. Right, it's too hot to be walking around in this, and I just had a look at a little map that someone's given me, and so I think I'm going to do the tour on the bike. I just had a picture with the giant minion, and I don't know how much of the video it got because I just turned to turn the recording off and it said it was recording. So there's a few things. It's quite a cool little town. I'm very glad I come here and stopped. There's a little giant piggy. Oh, there's a giant key. We'll loop back round to show the giant key in case that didn't get recorded. Yeah, there it is. Giant key. Chevrolet key. Oh, the giant taco. Yeah, so there's a giant taco. And I haven't been to Taco Bell since I've been in America, and I know for a fact that my friend's screaming at the telly now going, what? I don't believe that. How can you not been to Taco Bell? Because she got me onto it, and it's very good. And I've had a few in the UK, but I just never bothered to stop here. Let's get out of here and get some wind through myself. It's 32 degrees again. It's lovely. Very nice, very quiet, and oddly non-scenic, but also scenic. Like, I quite like the openness and the trees. What you can't see is the big grin on my face of how cool this is. Definitely beats thin air conditioning. Right, that's the end of today. That little jersey is actually, I think it made a difference. I think I didn't feel the heat on my arms at traffic lights like I did yesterday. So bright colours make a big difference. That's why one of the reasons why I have a white helmet. So only 130 miles today, but yeah, not a bad day. A bit more sightseeing, a bit more of a chilled day. It's nice to change the pace every now and again. So I'm about to cross this bridge, and in the middle of this bridge is Iowa. So I'm changing state. Oh, there we go. Welcome to Iowa. So the scenery has vastly changed. Beautiful. And the campsites have also vastly changed. Some of them are wanting $30 a night, so only another 20 miles to find a better one. Well, that was worth the 20-mile drive, because this campsite is $16 and not $30. The other thing is, it's a gorgeous, gorgeous breeze here, which hopefully should keep the bugs down as well. And then that is a hydro dam thing. And they said, oh, you might hear it make a noise or like a tone, and that's just them changing the flow or something. And then she said, oh, if you hear a really loud siren, that's our tornado warning. So yeah, that was a little bit worrying, but I'm not going to, I think it's unlikely, so I'm not going to worry too much about it. Oh, man alive. I was asleep without the fly net on, and then all of a sudden this wind come through. I can see a load of lightning over there. I have just literally ran outside, thrown the fly over the tent, pegged it in, and the tent's all getting pushed in here. There's quite a lot of wind outside. So maybe that tornado warning is real? I don't know. Find out. I think things are going to get interesting in the next 10-20 minutes. We'll find out. It's definitely woke me up. Oh, I was asleep. Well, it's about 20 minutes after I just spoke to you, and I think it's all gone. I just went outside and put the guy rope on that side, which is the side the wind's coming in, and when I was putting the fly on, the
the lightning was over there, and now it seems to be over there. So maybe it's gone over me, but yeah, that was quite sudden. And it says it's going to have like up to 50 mil of rain for some reason, which is weird because when I looked at the map last night and I looked at the rain forecast last night, it said no rain at all, no chance of rain. So I left my fly off and I was like, sweet. But I put it on top of the tent just in case, so when it went, I just... That's still over there. I'm not sure I'm out of the woods yet. I want to go to sleep.
It's the morning, so it all started around 1:30, something like that. And by 2 o'clock, calm, gone. Not much rain, just a lot of wind very quickly. A lot of panic for me, like, oh crap. I was laid there worried about the bike, and the thunder was mad, as you might have heard from the last clip. And so, yeah, and then it sort of calmed down. It was a bit noisy with that thing tooting and blah blah blah. I think there must have been a shift change at 6 o'clock, so there's another loud siren, but not the tornado one. So I'm having a lazy start because it wasn't the nicest night's sleep, but that made for an interesting night. Let's go and see a town called 1880, and or 8080 town, and apparently it's set and it's still left like the 1880s, so that looks good. We'll have a look at that. What a road. Can't wait to get to the Black Hills where there's going to be like countless corners and things like that. But yeah, this just to the horizon. Now all I've got to do is work out my motorcycle parking. Oh, you don't talk dirty to me. My setup's a bit odd, but I think it works. So I've got the bike cover on, and then underneath there I've got my helmet, my boots, and my tank bag wrapped in a pack safe net. And then because I got my boots off, I'm walking around like this, which looks a bit weird, but my ankles are liking it. So I'm gonna go and have a look. Right back into the 1980s. The barbers. Could do with one of them, to be fair. I know someone else that could do with the barbers, but he's on a 125 in Africa. No different to a camp toilet, really. Notice, use red cob first, then use white cob to see if you need another red cob. Oh, used to use corn on the cob. I suppose if it broke off, you would never know whether it come from your arse or come from the cob. I've just come from the blacksmith where there's a whole little nest of birds, which was cool, and now this is the doctor's office. Looks like it's a doctor's office and shop. Maybe the doctor's office is upstairs. Oh, it's a doctor's office, look! Don't know what the survival rate would be. Oh, in here. Oh, he pulled a bullet out of a wood. Oh, somebody. So this is where you'd be if you've been a very naughty boy. That's your ensuite right there. Delicious. Bet that smells delightful in here. I'm going to the saloon, see if I can get a cold drink. I believe they serve a modern beverage of the 1800s called Coca-Cola. Here's your upstairs of the saloon, so I'm guessing this was the, I might be wrong, but they either lived here perfectly fine or it's red for a reason. This is where they took the girls up, maybe. What is that? Oh, there's your loo. So yeah, that was really interesting. So that whole building, the one behind me now, was taken apart and moved here board by board and then built back up here. And everything in it is all from the same time period. So 1880 to 1902 or something like that. So basically every building here, apart from the big one at the end. The big one at the end, they tried to move here in one hit, and then they realised that that caused too many issues, I guess, with vibration and moving on beds and stuff. So everything else, apart from maybe little ones, was taken apart completely and then put back together. So this one here would have been taken apart completely. All the boards inside and all the timber frames and everything would have been numbered and matched up, so that when you come back, it's just like one big jigsaw puzzle, and then put it all back together. It took them a year to build that. And that's amazing. So every building here essentially got moved here. So it's not like an original 1880 town. It's like a museum of buildings and items from the time period. All the carriages. You see these and you think about the horses, and then the differences in America. You're kind of like, it's ridiculous. It would have taken months to get anywhere. No respite from the heat or the cold. And I guess the rain, if you're up top there, sitting there, steering it, driving it, however you call it. Well, that's the end of my tour of 1880 town. Now time to head back on to the road, back onto the bike, and I'm going to find a camp spot now, really, because I think it's 1:30. 1880 town was very cool, very nice, and yeah, while sitting having a look at lunch and looking for campsites, I realised my closest campsite is in the Badlands. Apologies it's taken so long to get the video out. Turns out it's pretty hard to edit whilst living in a tent with no power, but I hope you liked it, and I'll see you in the next one.